What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Journey Podcast. If you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Like, comment, share. Joined by Cousin Jake. How we doing?
We just shot such a good intro and you ruined it. You ruined it. That's
yeah,
what
you
that's
cursed.
How I'm fucking doing.
Tell YouTube. Tell the corporate America.
I got a real issue with that. I got a real issue with the cursing because we got our first sponsor. Can't say the name today, but we got our first sponsor and we were doing a video for him, and they specifically asked an hour before the video, please no cursing in the videos. And I said, what the fuck is going on, guys? Yeah, I got an issue with that.
Yeah, I mean,
an issue with
it
that.
is what it is.
It is what it is.
I wanted to give a shout out to LMNT. They are a salt hydration company.
Yes, they are.
They showed some love and sent us some packets. What's all the salt about? Show the packaging right here.
What's all the salt about?
Yeah, pretty cool. So it's all of them. It has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. It's an electrolyte drink mix. Comes in citrus salt, raspberry salt, orange salt, and watermelon salt. So we're gonna
get
try
right.
it. Yeah,
we're gonna get right, and then we're gonna put. This is gonna be special because we also got sent. If you watched the last episode, our El Bandito Yankee Tequila Company Reposado. Yep. So we're gonna do a little mixy with the LMNT.
Yep.
You know, do a little mixy time with the LMNT. I've never really, what's your if you're gonna mix a drink, what do you usually like for your mix? Right now you're using Gatorade, you know, but
yeah.
like, what is it? What do you usually? Is there something you have a go-to or?
Not really.
No,
not really.
I'm going water, right? Just a little bit of water. A little bit more water on there, and then I'm gonna
go salt packet right here.
Yeah, let's get the salt. Should we do this? Yeah, let's do the salt. The salt first.
Salt.
LMNT.
Salt first. Mix this up a little bit.
I really like the idea of an electrolyte packet. I really like the idea. Simple branding is nice.
The smell of the watermelon is pretty strong. It's good.
I like it. Reminds me of the first C4 I ever had. Imagine this is a C4 and you lied to me. Like they didn't send us anything and this was just C4s.
Bucked up.
Yeah. I have a panic attack on the episode. That'd be great. So that's that.
Tastes like the ocean.
Does it?
It's actually pretty good though.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it first without water. To give my
tequila?
Without tequila to give my taste review.
Yeah.
For it.
Let me see some of that. The bottle.
Oh, let me get you right.
Oh, pour up.
We'll get you right. We always gotta pour for cousin.
Nice.
Nice.
Some mixture. Electrolytes, Gatorade, and tequila.
Oh!
It's pretty good, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
I feel wrong putting tequila in it now.
I know.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Today's episode is special because we're doing another call-in, another fan follower question. We got a bunch of questions this time. It's cool. The last one we did was episode 57, and we only had a few questions.
Right.
And now we got a surplus amount, which
Yes,
is
sir.
I think we've grown probably 70,000 followers since then on TikTok, since episode 57. So we're in a good position. We have a lot of good topics, a lot of good questions got asked. We're going to have some people call in as well. Well, we're going to call them when we're ready. But I wanted to open this episode with something that we've been faced with, and it's been a little bit of a problem for us and a bottleneck, right? Mm-hmm. It just seems like so many people that are at the pinnacle, right, and have made it to a certain spot in their life and they've had success. They tend to forget that they got put on, right? And that they had some help along the way. Yeah. And now we're in a position where I feel like we've done enough to show, and we've put the work in, and like we've earned some of these people's like true respect, and we're not getting it. And it just seems like a lot of times, like when we have the opportunities for some people to be that person for us that they had for them on their come up story, people forget, and there's a little bit of arrogance, a little bit of cockiness, a little bit of, I don't know, I guess it's
gatekeeping.
Yeah, selfishness. I don't know what it is, dude. I don't know, because I just want to say it here, even just to start the episode, like, I want to hold us accountable where when we are at the position to help other people, we're going to do that. And I'm not saying I'm just going to, you hit us up and we just put you on. No, but if you put in the time, you take your work serious, and your work is good and you love what you do and you're passionate about it and we can tell you really care, I'm going to do, if I can help you in any way, I'm going to do that. Because like, I know how hard it is to get to where you're trying to go because we're in it right now. Right. And we see how hard it is to really connect with people at the top that can put us in a position to take this thing to the next level. So this is just like a moment for us of like accountability. So like when we are there and there is some young bulls that are really trying to get it, and they're taking their stuff serious, whatever they're doing, and we can be a help, I want to be there to help them.
I agree. Yeah, it is hard. Anytime you decide that, hey, I'm going to go follow my dreams, you're signing up for a very, very, very hard path. And this has been a very, very, you're signing up for a very hard and a very fulfilling path. And the reason why it's hard is because you are bound to fall smack on your face over and over and over and over again. And a lot of times, one of the hardest parts about doing something like this, like one of the hardest parts about following your dreams is sometimes you run into an issue that you literally just can't solve. And it might take 2 years, and it could be something simple for this thing to get solved, and that's what it takes. And that's why the people that follow their dreams get rewarded. Yeah. Is because, bro, it's not all sunshines and rainbows, and we've seen that. I used to think that, if you follow, well, I do. There's devil's advocate, right? Because, again, one of my favorite quotes, and I'm going to say it because I have to say it because I've said it over and over, but it's that good, is if one advances confidently in the direction of their dreams and endeavors to live the life in which they have imagined, they will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. So I do believe if you do follow your dreams, you are going to meet with a success far greater than you would have ever had if you didn't follow your dreams. But there also is a devil's advocate of expect that shit to be as fucking hard as it gets. And we can certainly tell you that there has not been a lot of people for our dream that have came in and threw us a bone. It seems like we've worked our asses off and have put ourselves in a position to get a little bit more respect and get some, just a hand, get a hand from somewhere, and we haven't gotten it, but that's our path. So I just want to double down on that as well. Like, hey, if you guys, we have a lot of OG followers right now, and a lot of OG fans, and certainly in the future, someone can clip this, and what is it, episode 77?
77, yeah.
Episode 77, and if you have a dream and you're genuinely good at it, and you reach out to us, we'll help you make that shit a real reality. Like, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. It's like what you were talking about is following your dream, right? And doing that thing, and like how hard it is. And I think it's hard because of like the limiting belief that society has given people, and like people aren't aware of the power that they actually hold and what they're actually capable of. And I saw this really cool story. I didn't tell you yet because I wanted to share it with you on the podcast. Mm-hmm. There's this story. Guy's on a trail. He sees a herd of elephants and with their trainers, and they're being held by this little tiny rope on the front left of their leg. Yeah. And he's looking at them, and he's like, yo, these huge, beautiful, massive creatures would be able to just break away from this little rope. Right. So he asked the trainers, and he says, why don't they just break free and run away? He said, well, because we've used these little tiny ropes since they were babies. So they've been conditioned to believe that this rope holds them captive. And that's the same thing that humans do. We're told these things when we're young and that hold us captive, and we carry that with us until our adulthood, and we don't think and we don't know how powerful and the abundance that we can bring to our life because of these limiting beliefs that were put on us when we were a kid. So I feel like it's the same exact thing where like these elephants, they could just break free. They're not caged up. They're not strapped up. They're held by a little skinny rope. And just because it held them down when they were a kid. It's holding them down now when they're these beautiful, massive, crazy creatures that have the power to obviously break free of those ropes, the little ropes.
Yeah.
So that, I think that's what holds a lot of people back too, is like something happened to them when they were a kid, something happened to them in their childhood that is creating this limiting belief that I can't follow my dreams. Like, I'm not worthy enough. I'm not good enough. I'll never amount to that. And I mean, we're just living proof of, if you really put your head down and you really just follow what the and listen to the signs of the universe and just follow your intuition and trust your gut and do what feels right, you're gonna be in the right position. Like, you're going to receive the blessings and all the things that the universe will give you when you are just following what feels right. Too many people try to force things, and they listen to outside opinions of, my dad told me to do this, my older brother did this, my family is doing this. And it's like, bro, if you're not passionate about that and you don't love it, don't do it. It doesn't make sense. So yeah, I thought that was just like a really cool story, because I just see it a lot with especially people we grew up with, people right around our age, where it just seems like they just give up. They just kind of like concede to societal standards, societal norms, and they just kind of like, all right, well, this is what it is, and that's all I can do about it.
Yeah. And
that's not it's never the case. Like, Gary Vee says, until you're 75, you can still do whatever you want to do, So yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Well said.
Yeah.
Yeah, well said. Let's rip these questions, bro.
Let's do it.
Fucking get into it. All right, let's see what we got here. I just got a message. There, I can get you featured.
Cool. Do you want to start, or?
You can go. My thing is taking a second here to load here. Actually, I got you. I got a
start it up.
I got a simple one for you.
Start it up.
It's from my boy, Directed by Los. I'm not sure if these people want their names mentioned, but I don't really.
No, I'm gonna mention everyone's name. Yeah, give him a shout out.
It's from Directed by Carlos. If you need a banger shot,
dope videographer,
for events or something, or really anything in general, this guy's absolutely amazing. Directed X Carlos. What makes you happy in life?
So is he's asking us what makes us happy?
What makes you happy?
Shit.
Just quick. What makes you happy, bro?
Yeah, what makes me happy? I mean, bro, just doing what I love. Just doing the things that make me feel good. Helping people, helping others. Being in the gym, trying to create daily progress, seeing progress in yourself, mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, just chasing the dream, bro. Like, chasing your dream is really what makes me happy, and being able to wake up every morning and have a dream, have a tangible dream that is in my grasp, and I know I can reach it. Yeah, that just keeps me motivated and keeps me happy every day. And it gets me through all the ups and downs, because it's just something to look forward to every day. Every day is a fucking surprise for us. Every day, like, there's something exciting that could happen.
Yeah.
There's not much like monotony in what we're doing. Like, every day could be a potential life-changing day.
Yeah.
What about you?
Love that. Yeah, I think happiness is one of those. It's a weird, right? Because it's first of all, happiness is a weird thing. Like, if someone were to ask me, like, what makes me happy, I don't even know if I am chasing happiness. So it's like a question that, like, there are things that make me happy, but a lot of things that make me happy aren't good for me. So I don't know. The truth is that I'm doing a lot of things right now in my life that don't make me happy, but it feels like they're a long-term investment, right? Like, I'm spending a lot more time meditating. I'm spending a lot more time reading. I'm spending a lot more time journaling. And that shit doesn't make me happy. Like, I'm bored all the fucking time. But I just feel that I'm getting all the junk out of myself. And I feel like I'm not really focusing on experiences that, like, add to my happiness, like, that, like, stack up. I'm more so taking my happiness baseline that was, like, really low, and I'm just bringing it up and up and up and up and up by taking all of the junk outside of myself, so that I'm happy in all activities that I do. Because I believe that, like, happiness is something that you choose. and it's something that you can bring to every single activity. So that's something for me that I'm chasing right now. Is I think happiness really is more so presence. And whenever I'm really fucking present and really locked in and really dialed into the moment, that's when I'm the happiest. I could have fun really doing anything. I could probably have fun at a car dealership getting my tire repaired if I'm just there and speaking with the people. And, just I'll never forget, actually, there's always two ways to look at things in life, right? Like you could go to one time I went to my car dealership because I needed an oil change. And there's two ways to have an oil change. You can go get your oil change and be fucking pissed off and scroll on your phone. Is it done yet? Or why isn't this happening? Or, you could sit there and it could be a torturous thing the night before. Damn, I got to get a fucking oil change tomorrow. Or you could just bring a book with you to get your oil changed. And you get your oil changed and you bring a book, and then maybe you're sitting on a couch and then there's a person next to you and you're having a conversation with them. And before you know it, you're out and you're on your way. And you're happy you got the oil change. So I think that for me, obviously there's a ton of things that get me happy. My boy Carlos has a ton of things. I love riding motorcycles. I love being in the gym. I love boxing. I love dancing. I love being the center of attention, right? Like there's so much things that make me happy, but for whatever reason, I haven't had the ability to do much of that lately. And I've just felt it's been more important to do the things that don't make me happy, but I know they're good for me. And I feel that now I'm able to bring happiness to all things in life that I do.
Yeah. That's just like that thing, like hard things, easy life, easy things, hard life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's really what that comes down to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right.
Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Can't wait to see you soon.
Yeah, I love his work. I remember when you first introduced me to his Instagram. I would look at shit. I'm like, yeah, he's pretty tough.
He's a beast. Yeah, everyone check his page at Directed X Carlos. He's an absolute beast.
Yeah. Okay.
And great dude. Yeah. Great heart.
Okay, so I got one right here by. I know she sent a few. I'll probably use two of hers. I know she sent one voice note and then sent a few questions. So I'm gonna use this one.
Whatever you think.
Why do men project so hard once they get rejected, called out?
Because it's ego. It's not even a men. It's not even a men or a woman thing. It's a person thing. Like I'm the fucking worst person when someone comes at my ego. I could be having the best day in the world, and I go on TikTok and see 1,000 positive comments and one bad comment, bro. Right? That's why people fucking. It's when you feel like you have to defend yourself. You're defending your ego. So that was actually a big reason why I created the brand Selfless Films 3 years ago was I just learned that life is a lot better when you kind of realize just how small you are and how small your problems are. And even for other people's opinions, if someone if you are about to freak out at someone, if you're about to project or whatever, it's because someone else has a negative opinion of you, and you just learn along the way that opinions are just that. They're just opinions, and that they don't, they literally don't mean anything. So I would just say that that's just a straight ego problem. And the hard part about having an ego problem is that if you're not a self-aware person, if you're not doing self-help, if you're not doing all the corny stuff by society, you're never going to work on it. So if for the girl who answered that message, if she feels like there are men in her life that project and freak out over little things, they're always going to do that because they're not even aware of the problem that they have. So that's what I think with that. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just it really just comes down to ego, and ego is one of those things that can really build you or it can destroy you. Mm-hmm. And if you let your ego always get in the way of what you're doing, it'll be the death of you. And especially as a man, when it comes to women, if you get rejected, that's a straight shot at your ego, and that hurts, right? And if you let that be known, that almost makes you look worse. If you allow shots at your ego to come to surface and you allow people to see how it affects you, that's when you have a problem, because now it's it's like a weird thing, like when a guy, I feel like when a guy, what she said, a guy gets rejected or called out, right, and he feels like, okay, my ego has to come to surface now so I can show my manly side, or I can show this. And it's like, you don't have to do that, you know? And I think the ego is it's just a burden for a lot of guys, especially like in our 20s, you know, like everyone has this testosterone built up, and everyone's trying to prove themselves, and it's my ego. And once you can let that ego go, and you can stop letting things affect you, and from, you know, the 4 agreements, not take anything personal, that's like a huge step to, you know, personal development, personal growth, just in your mental health and your spiritual growth, because the ego will control you. It'll consume you if you allow your ego to be tarnished on every single thing that someone says to you.
Yeah. A life without an ego is a life without problems. Yeah. You know, because bro, your ego is the thing that creates all these problems, right? Because your ego is the thing that has all these preferences about life and how life should be. And I've been the guy, especially with females, because I've done it. Like with whoever asked the question,
Nylene Garcia,
like with her, like, there's been times in my life where I've been with a woman and she threw a jab at me, and it was a jab. Like, you could tell the difference between a malicious attack on you versus just a simple jab. But I've gotten jabbed at by women, and it was just supposed to be fun and playful, but like it hit something inside me that they didn't know about. That's why I'm a big fan of, you have to get all of the junk and all of the baggage outside of you. You have to remove all the triggers, right? Because like some people in life are just walking bombs. They're just waiting to explode on people. Some people in life are just looking for chances to get offended. It's insane it's a harsh reality. But I guess the point that I'm trying to make here, Nylene, is I would almost even ask yourself that question for you, because I think that if you know, I think if you can become more self-aware, I think that's what you have to do. I think you have to become more self-aware so that you don't even surround yourself with people that even act that way. So you wouldn't even ask that question. Right. You know, you don't want to be around those people.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. Nobody likes an egotistical guy that's all about him and narcissistic.
And I've been, dude, I've been guilty as charged, but that's been my path in life, right? Like Wayne Dyer was like, Wayne Dyer was talking about purpose, and he was like, I was put on this earth to help a lot of people, so God stuck me in an orphanage for the first 12 years of my life, right? So I think it's the same thing with me. I think I was put here to help lessen other people's ego, so God gave me a fucking gigantic ego so I could lessen my own and then take that, send it elsewhere. I also just want to say briefly, so much people, bro, are so focused on helping the world in these huge macro scenarios. And I think one of the best things you could do to like help make the world a better place is just to help make you a better place. I think that's the number one thing. I'm such a believer in that. I think it starts with you, then it goes to your relationships, your family, your community, and then eventually the world. And don't underestimate the power of personal development, and just because if it starts with you, you can impact the lives of millions like we have. We've got over 60 million views on TikTok, and now we're able to take one person's message, two people's message, and broadcast it to the world, which is pretty cool. Yeah,
I was watching this podcast, and kind of what you were just saying. You know, people coming at you and like hurting you, and like, you know, it's your job to help them, right? And there's this crazy like message in it, and the lady was talking about how she went to a mosque, and she asked the monk. And she asked this monk, like at a mosque, whatever, like, you know, why do people always walk out of my life? Why do people always hurt me? And he said, why do you live life that way? And she was like, what do you mean? And he was like, why do you think that they're doing something to you? And she was like, well, you know, like it's hurting me, like it's hurting my ego, right? Like I've poured into all these people, and I'm not getting anything out of it. I'm just leaving, you know, I'm leaving felt like I feel empty. And he basically said, he was like, God put those people in your life to answer their prayer. You were a vessel through God to answer their prayer. Give them the love, give them that attention, give them the affection, because they needed that. And in that hardship, you learned a valuable life lesson that you can take with you throughout your journey. So that's like a crazy thing to think about, where if you don't look at like every situation that doesn't go your way as like a hardship, you look at it as like, oh, like God is using me, the universe is using me to answer their prayers. So I had to play a role in their life to answer that, right? Like they needed that more than I needed it. And then I got a lesson out of it. And now I know, like, I won't, they say don't touch the stove, it's hot. You got to touch it once just to see.
Yeah.
So that was like a really cool thing, I felt like. And I feel like that ties into the ego and all of that, where like, or if people like doing you wrong, or if you feel attacked, and it's like, well, it's like, hey, like maybe that person needed you for that moment in time in their life. And you were put in their life for a reason. You only think people are placed in your life, and that people serve a purpose in your life for a certain period of time. But you have to think about it on the other end. You serve a purpose in other people's lives too, and you might be the one that ends up hurt. You might be the one that ends up with the short end of the stick. But you served your purpose in their life. You walked away with a lesson, and then they got the blessing or the prayer that they were looking for with who you were.
And that question before about what makes you happy is the happiest people in life are the people that say, hey, it's not about what's in it for me. It's about how may I serve? How can I help others? Those are the happiest people in life.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's rip it.
What else you got?
Oh my God, dude, this girl's from Sweden. You want to do a call-in?
She gonna call?
I'm going to call her.
Do it.
Okay. It's a Swedish number. Hope it works. Wow, this is funny. Dude, this is what's cool, man. Like, this girl's from Sweden. I have no idea who this is. Her Instagram. Oh, is it not going to work? Damn. I could try to video call her. Damn, it's a Swedish number. Hope it works.
Not working.
Damn. All right, so maybe we'll try Instagram, maybe?
You could just, like, video call her, right? Or audio call her on Instagram.
What should I do? It's a girl. Should I video call her or audio call her? I'll video call her.
Video, why not?
Yeah.
It's a podcast. It's hysterical.
This shit's hysterical. Improve with Jenny. That's who we're speaking with today.
There we go.
What's good?
Oh, hi.
You're live on the Journey podcast.
Good.
What's going on? Do you have a question ready? Okay, what do you got?
So my question is just, how do I keep faith and like trust the process that it's all gonna work out and I'm gonna get the success that I'm searching for? Because I feel like it's hard a lot of times. You get feelings of hopelessness and thoughts that you're not gonna make it and that you're not good enough. Like, how do you actually move past that and keep faith?
Amazing.
Yeah. No.
Thank you for that. That's a great question. Where are you from?
I'm from Sweden.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
That's kick-ass.
Um,
I'll give it to Zach first. I'll put this here. I'll let him answer.
Yeah. No. I was gonna say, like, I mean, when this episode comes out on Monday, kind of what I talked about with that elephant thing, with the ropes.
Yeah.
So it's just like we're given these like limited beliefs when we're younger and we're kids and we don't think certain things are possible. And I feel like when you truly dive deep into what you're passionate about and what you actually love and the thing that fires you up every morning, there should be no sense of like, is this not gonna work out? Because it's like you had that feeling in your chest, deep in your heart, for a reason. Like the universe, God, whatever you believe in, like placed that thing in you for a reason. You don't wake up and have an intuitive feeling about something just because. There's no irony in that. It's because that's what you're supposed to be doing. And if you fall off from that and you quit that, like Jake speaks about a lot of the time, like there's no such thing as failure. Failure only happens when you stop and when you quit.
Right.
There's no such thing as failure or giving up on something unless you actually give up on it. If you just keep waking up every single day and you keep striving for something and you keep chasing whatever that calling was, whatever that feeling is, like that's what you remain hopeful for. And that's what we do every day. Like we're nowhere near close to where we want to be, but we just know that we were given this platform, given this podcast for a reason. So that's really like my 2 cents of that. What do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure this could be something that we could speak about for hours. You know, I'm sure we could dive really deep, and like I think it would be really great if I asked you what specifically is kind of making you lose hope. But I just want to speak more so about like the generality of it, and I would just say that I think if you have a desire to do something special in your life, where does that thing come from? I think God places things in your mind for a reason, right? Like for us, I can't second guess our podcast because it wasn't even something that I did. You know, it felt like it happened for me. So I would just say another thing too is you really want to get in touch with yourself and nature, because you and nature, like, we have all the answers. Like, I feel amazed at how much better I feel about my life when I go for a walk barefoot and just like spend time like looking at trees. You know, I feel it's crazy how much better I feel just doing like simple natural things. So I would say like step one would be to limit screen time and limit time with the outside world and really just focus on yourself and get to know yourself as well. That's a problem for a lot of people, is a lot of people don't even really know themselves. It's like if I want to get to know you, how would I get to know you?
Talk to me.
Yeah, I would talk to you. I would spend time with you. So it's the same thing with yourself. If you want to get to know yourself, you have to spend time with yourself. Spend time really meditating and reading and being alone. I'm extremely extroverted. I hate being alone. But I know that I have to do it if I want to not lose hope, because I feel like when you are alone is when all your best ideas come to you and when real clarity comes to you. So I would say that. And then step two is just understanding that God places, there is a God, like there has to be. You know, like I believe in God so much, so I would just try to cultivate that relationship. And then I would just understand that God places these thoughts and dreams into your life for a reason.
Okay.
Thank you.
There were really good answers. Really.
Let's go. Well, I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit you up after the podcast, and if we're ever in Sweden, we'd love to meet up. Thank you so much. All right, yo. Shout out Jenny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Take care. Thank you so much. Great question. Bye. Fire.
Pretty cool. Sweden.
Sweden.
What time is it there?
It's gotta be like fucking. They don't even have time in Sweden. They're just fucking. The time is now over there.
Sweden time. It's 2:20 in the morning.
Is it really?
2:20 in the morning.
Dude, I gotta give her a massive shout. I mean, she'll probably watch this.
Yeah, no.
Like,
thank
Jesus Christ, Sweden.
2:20
like,
a.m.
I hope we provided some value. I was nervous. I was like, yo, she's from Sweden. Like, Jesus Christ, and she's kind of pretty too, you know. So.
All right, I'm gonna call in with my guy right here. All right, let's type in his number.
Dude, this podcast is funny.
Yo, I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna FaceTime him.
Yeah, go for it.
Yo.
Hello, you right?
How we doing, brother?
What up, brother? Let's go.
What's going on, man?
My first question is, what is the one question that you don't want to answer? That's my first question. So is there a question that you don't want to come up? That's my first question.
Don't want to fumble?
Don't want to come up. Like, what is the one question you don't want to answer?
Oh, man, I mean, what a fucking question, bro. You a podcast host? Jesus Christ, bro. What? First of all, what's your name? Sully, and where you from? Birmingham?
England.
Yeah, UK.
Wow, UK. Fox.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't sound like an Alabama Birmingham accent.
All right. The one question. So I'll give it an answer, and then we'll pass it to Zach. First of all, thank you for calling in, bro. It means a lot. All right. The one question I don't want to answer.
It's a tough question.
Nah, that's not an easy question. I guess like what I don't know if there's a question. I don't know if there's a question that I wouldn't want to answer, but like there's a reality that I wouldn't want to come true. So for instance, like I'm pretty open book. Like, so if you ask me that question, like I'll pretty much answer anything, you know?
Yeah, I feel like both of us would. Yeah.
I personally more so feel like I'm okay with really any question. I think like to be a podcast host, you have to be. So I'm pretty cool with questions, but I'm not cool with getting to the end of my life and regretting anything. You know, that's what I'm not cool with. You know what I'm saying? I just like, truthfully, bro, like full transparency, like this podcast shit has like not been the fucking easiest thing in the world. Like, bro, Zach and I are out of pocket like $60,000 on all this equipment in 3.5 years. And for 3 years, no one even fucking watched, you know? And like, bro, you would be amazed at the things that we have to go through on a day-to-day basis to like even keep this thing fully operational. But the reason why we push through when shit gets hard is because it's not that there isn't a question that I'm scared of, or there's a question that I won't answer. It's that there's a reality about my life that I definitely don't want to happen, because I understand, like, bro, shit gets real. Shit gets real. I would to be honest with you, I'd be completely lying if I wasn't even afraid of like suicide, you know? Like that shit scares me, you know? So it's not about a question, it's more so about, bro, your life can be heaven or it can be hell. And you choose. So I think that for us we're choosing heaven, but it's not easy. It's not easy. And
it's the grind, man. It's the grind.
Yeah, it's the grind. So that's my answer. You want to pass me the phone? I'll set you right here.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. So what's your answer, bro? What's a question for you? Your
Yeah, I think I'm in the same boat where like I've like as I was younger, I was very introverted, and I always liked to keep everything in. And I think that was because like I lost my mom when I was a kid, and it just made me very like closed off to the world. And I was just very like by my lonesome, and I wanted to be by myself, and I wanted to do this thing on my own. But as this podcast has evolved, as I've grown, as I've matured, I've understood that like you can't hold stuff in, right? So I also have became an open book, and I always felt like communication was a key into everything, with like friendships, relationships, just everything you're doing, just being honest, being open. Because like I feel like if you're honest and if you don't hold back, you'll never have any regrets. If you can always just be your true self, if you can always just answer everything with the like just sheer honesty, I feel like there's nothing that you can regret. Because it's like that's who I am, like that's what I think, that's what I do. Like that's me. So I feel like if you can just genuinely be you all the time, there's nothing that you can like second guess or be like, I wish I would have done this differently. Of course, there's going to be things in life that like, you know, you wish went a different way, or things didn't happen the way that you projected them to. But like, if you like throughout the entire process, if you can genuinely be yourself, like you can be okay with the result. So as a question, I think like, not to just be like cliche, but like it would be the same thing as Jake, of just like, you know, like I don't want to be on my deathbed sitting there with regret. Yeah. The number one question that they ask people on their deathbed is, you know, what do you regret the most?
Right.
And they always say not living life to the fullest, not living life to how I wanted to live, not doing the things that I always aspired to do, that I strive to do, the things that I wanted to accomplish in my life, the risks that I wanted to take, I didn't take them. That's my biggest fear. So I think that's like my biggest question mark in my life is, am I living that life, right? Am I living the life that's going to set me up to not have that regret on my deathbed? So I think that's really where I'm at with that situation, where it's just like, I don't want to live with any regret. I want to look back on this life and be like, yo, I did every single thing I could possibly do to live my life to the fullest. I never want to live with any type of regret.
What you think? Big facts, bro. What else you got for us?
I've got another question. Would be for both of you guys, how is your heart being, and also how's your mind being while going through this whole journey and this process throughout the ups and the downs? Like, has there ever been a point where you're thinking, oh, I'm gonna just give up, I'm gonna go back to my day-end job, 24-hour job?
Same question as the other girl.
Or would it be like, what made you want to carry this on through them hard times and through them tough moments in your life, and be there like, you know what, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this for everyone that didn't believe in me, and I'm gonna do this for myself because I believe in myself?
Yeah, that's a great fucking question.
Bro.
Great question, bro. And
guy's on the money, bro.
And
I'm gonna show you a follow after this.
Yeah,
bro.
no, absolutely.
If you're not speaking on camera, bro, you better start.
Yeah, check the brand out. Check the brand out too.
What?
Shout your brand out.
What's the brand?
It's official TKS 2019. I started it when I got kicked out of college. Yeah, started it from there. Auntie kicked me out on the street. Yeah, and I just started the brand and been running it for 4 years now. Yeah.
Let's go.
And what's the brand? Tell me about it real quick.
So the brand, so I haven't had the best life. I grew up in the care system. My mother had a lot of troubles with money and with debts and stuff, and I got put into care at a very young age. And also I wasn't the best kid. Went from different families to different families. Some stuff happened with them families that made me stronger, but yeah, and throughout all of that, it was very a toxic environment and stuff like that. Like, the families would call you stupid, would call you ignorant, would call you foolish and stuff like this. And then obviously no one in my family wanted me, because in the care system they did ask. I could have been out a long time ago, but they did ask, but no one said yeah. Wow. And they took my uncle, who wasn't even my blood, he was related through marriage, to actually step up and say, I want to raise that kid, I want to raise him for himself. And he took me in, and him and my auntie had a divorce. She kicked me out at 1 p.m. in the middle of the night. Went downhill from there, got kicked out of college. And the brand is basically, what TKS stands for is transform, knowledge, and strength. Now, what that means is no one's stupid in this life. Yeah. No matter how many times you've been told that you're stupid, no matter how many times you've been put down, no one is stupid in this life, because everyone has knowledge about one thing or another. Everyone has knowledge either about basketball, for example. And I see you man hoop, If I'm ever up in America, we have to have a game.
Yeah.
I played point guard in college, man. Yeah, but it means basically everyone has knowledge about one thing or another. So whether it be books, whether you're book smart, whether you're street smart, whether you know about comics, whether you know about anything, and it's all about transforming that knowledge that you have about that one particular thing and making it into a strength to better you on a day-to-day basis and in your lifetime. But yeah, that's what TKS means.
Wow.
Bro, you knocked that shit. Listen, bro, we're in the entertainment space, bro. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about this shit, bro, about speaking. You just knocked that shit out of the fucking park, son.
No, and that, you'll see, I opened this episode because, bro, we felt like we've been getting done wrong by a lot of people that like we're on like the outside circles of like the people that have made it, right? Like and we're really close to a lot of people that could it would take them nothing but to come on the podcast or give us one shout out to put us on the map. And people don't want to do that. And I started this episode saying I want to hold myself accountable to be able to put people on that are passionate and that are chasing a dream that I know that they love and they're taking it serious and they're good at it. So like this, like it's just quantum physics of that, like where it's like, yo, like shit, you might get there before us, who knows? But if we're in a position to help you, bro, like you have our thing, like I'm gonna follow you back right after this, and like you have a friend in us now. So it's like that's a thing that like. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Fire. Yeah, I'm 20. We're 26, bro. Yeah, it's awesome, bro. Like this is just like it's surreal for us as well. No, this is dope, and like yeah, everything you just said was crazy because like I mean, bro, like that's what this whole thing is about, right? Like the journey, like the journey of life, bro, just going through the ups and downs. Like I lost my mom when I was a kid. Like I didn't have that mother figure in my life, and going through the trials and tribulations of basketball and chasing that scholarship. Jake suffered from anxiety, and he was the undersized fucking, kid playing football, trying to make it, trying to get that Division I scholarship, played junior college in Compton. Like we've been through the mud, and like what you said, like you've gone through things like a step further than us of like going through the care system, like you said, and it's just crazy. And like I just want to commend you. Thank you for coming on and sharing that and showing love to us and being a supporter.
And it's also cool, bro, that people with some of like the hardest beginnings, bro, oftentimes like are some of the best people. Like we're all connected, bro. If you're vibrating at a high level, odds are you already know that person's been through something. Because it made them grateful, and it made them want to be a good person and even speak about this shit, bro. Think about these questions, bro. There's a lot of men that would call us corny for speaking about how do you push through when shit gets hard, or what's the toughest question, right? There's a lot of people that wouldn't even want to, have that conversation, and that's a reason, bro, why I'm sure, bro, you're gonna be really successful. We're gonna be really successful, and we're all in each other's lives for a reason, bro. So
it's all this non-stop. It's all about you can't stop. That's what I'm saying. Even when it gets hard, even when it gets tough, you just can't stop.
Yeah.
Like you, I suffer from anxiety too, like all my life, and it's just there. Like I never had a dad in my life either. My dad went off and left. He went to get the milk. But yeah, so it's there. Like it's all about just pushing through it, innit? Because it's there. Like if you believe in your head, and you see and you have that vision, you have that goal of where you want to be in your life, and you see it, you visualize it, and you keep trying different aspects, different things. Because like, bro, I've tried music, I've tried podcasting myself. I used to do a men's mental health podcast. I've had my hand in everything I physically can, and instead, like, you just carry on, keep trying different things. Without a shadow of a doubt, you're gonna make it. Because you have that drive and that passion to get there. So it's still like, if you don't stop, man, the only way is up. In my opinion, anyway. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nah, bro, I completely agree, bro. And we were just saying, we literally answered this question. I'm not going to dive too deep into it because we literally, like the caller before, like we literally answered this question. But, bro, like, God, like, yo, you didn't pick your life, bro. Actually, you know what? You did pick your life. Like, bro, you had an agreement with God. I feel like that's how spiritual, like, I personally am. Like, I feel like you are God, and you and there is a God that, like, I just feel like we made an agreement to live the exact life that we were supposed to live before we even got here. Like, bro, you couldn't have not been in the care system no matter fucking how hard you tried, because that was just your path. And I was saying that on my walk today. Every morning I go on a walk, and I was just saying, like, hey, would I really want to be walking my hometown still at 26 years old? Like, would I want to be doing other things? Would I have wanted things to have been different in my life? No. The answer is no, bro. The answer is no, because, bro, I fucking love this guy, bro. I fucking love this guy. And, bro, I don't got shit to my fucking name. You know what I'm saying? I don't got, we will. But right now, like, bro, I would rather, bro, be this guy with $0 in my fucking bank account than be someone else with 100 million. Because that person's not happy. And we're the type of guys, bro, to really see what the fuck life is all about by living as crazy of a life as we can think, you know? So that's that's us, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to just thank you again, bro. And I wanted to ask you just because like I'm a you did have you watched Top Boy?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when you said after you said it, I just started smiling, bro. That's like one of my favorite shows. Fucking and Sully, fucking yeah,
Nah,
yep, Sully.
that's cool shit.
No, yeah.
All right, bro. We're gonna move on. We're both gonna shoot you a follow after this, though. Appreciate you calling in sincerely. Nah, bro, yeah, you're good. Like, we're like, I'm not gonna, like I said, like, bro, we haven't made it by any means, but like, bro, we've posted a lot of fucking content, bro. So we've tested the algorithm. I know what works and what doesn't, bro. If you get on camera and you speak that shit, maybe we help you get a better angle, help you get a nicer camera, a microphone. That shit'll hit, bro. Especially that voice too. Jesus Christ. Yeah. But all right, fam, appreciate you, bro. Yeah, take care, man. Have a good night.
Fire.
Damn, bro, we got Sweden and Birmingham.
Birmingham, England.
Fox.
That's so tough.
Bro, that shit made me feel so like big. Not big like our ego, our podcast, big in the sense of like, holy shit, like that's what I've been craving my whole fucking life, bro. To travel and to fucking see what the fuck is outside of my hometown.
Yeah.
Bro, just because we posted some clips on the internet, we just spoke to someone from Sweden and then fucking Birmingham, bro. And then odds are we could probably get more people from South Africa, from Australia, from this place, from that place, right? And it just lights me up, you know? Like, bro, the whole time I was cheesing on the inside of like, holy shit, like this world is so big, and when you tap into the world and how big the world is, you realize how small your problems are. Bro, I feel like our problems are like they live in our hometown. Like once we get the fuck out of our hometown, we're gonna be feeling way better.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's cool stuff, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was really crazy.
Shout out to us. And yo, shout out to them. I mean, bro, like they're on the same, bro, all these people are on the exact same fucking path, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be really fun, because we felt like isolated and felt alone because we felt like we didn't have people, bro. There's people out there. They're just in Sweden and Birmingham.
Yeah, they're just not in our hometown.
Yeah.
And majority of the time the people that you should be around are not in your hometown.
Yeah.
The people that you should be working with, maybe the love of your life, your friends, they're not going to be in the fucking place you grew up in. They're going to be all over the world. Your person, your people, they're all over the world. They're not in your hometown. That's why you need to explore. That's why you need to get out there. That's why you need to network. That's why you need to do things. And that's why you need to use social media and use the internet to your advantage.
Right.
Because you don't know who's out there. You don't know that person that can change your life.
Yeah.
So.
Facts.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff, bro.
Pee break. And then we'll fucking get back.
Yeah. Dope.
Yo, I wanna get back in after the intermission, which is gonna be a sponsored intermission soon with a fun ad of the boys looking good. But I just want to
What is it gonna be?
Our sponsored intermission, our intermission. Like I if we gotta take like a break, we'll just put the ad up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no, I just wanna take a second. I just wanted to take a second, bro, to congratulate us, because, like, bro, this entire episode I've been feeling like I said something on the podcast a while ago about how I felt shitty because I felt like I used to be the type of guy that can give advice, which meant my life was good, bro. If you can give advice, your life is good, bro. You got a handle on shit, especially mentally and emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started feeling shitty, bro, because I felt like I wasn't the guy that was giving advice anymore. I was the guy that was getting advice. And all the questions on this podcast have been, how do you fucking how do you not quit when the shit gets tough? You know, how do you not lose hope? And the truth is, bro, is you do fucking lose hope. You do lose hope. But you have to push through anyway, because there's nothing, bro, there's no other alternative. It's like, what the fuck are you gonna do? It's like, bro, we've just become so fucking comfortable with having nothing. And being the black sheep, you know, being the odd guys out, being the people that were misunderstood, and fucking people like going to the length of like people in your family don't talk to you and this person doesn't respect you. Like, bro, we've just gotten so fucking comfortable with that. And even ourselves, it's like, bro, the worst person that can give you a negative opinion is yourself. You're the fucking worst person, bro. I fucking tormented myself. You've tormented yourself. The energy has been so fucking low at times, but like no matter what, we fucking stuck through, and that's the reason why we're in this fucking amazing position.
Yeah.
So for anyone fucking watching, for you guys, it's like, yo, the only reason why anything good is going in our lives is because it's not even about losing hope. We fucking lost hope, but we stuck through it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's been it's been crazy. It's been a crazy ride. Like there's been so many times in my life where I did want to give up, where I felt alone, where I felt like this wasn't working, where I felt like I should just settle for a life less than what I strive for.
Yeah.
And it's just like there's that voice in the back of my head that I feel like in my chest. It's like, what the fuck are you going to do quitting? Why have you gone through all of this? Why have you put in all the work, all the time, all the blood, sweat, and tears? Everything you've went through was for you to be able to do this. What do you look like quitting and giving up and allowing other people's opinions to come in and dictate what you do with your life? And I think about that every single day. And that's one of the things. Like, I have a bunch of things that keep me motivated, that keep me driven. But like, it's just that thing of like, how the fuck are you going to quit? You know? Like both of those questions that were just asked, like losing hope and quitting and stuff like that. It's like, bro, like, how can you wake up in the morning, look in the mirror, and be okay with quitting at the one thing that you fucking love? How can you look in the mirror and say, I'm gonna give up on all my dreams? That's the worst fucking thing you could ever do. Ever. So, I mean, that's just what's so cool about what we're doing, and how our dreams have changed progressively, like 6 different times in the last 2 years. That's the thing, though. You need to understand that you have a fucking dream, and you have to be open to hearing that voice, hearing that calling of what that dream is. I thought mine was basketball. You thought yours was football. Then you thought yours was filmmaking. I thought mine was training, coaching. Boom. Podcast. Oh, those 2 things didn't fucking work out. So this could work out. But those things that we failed at, quote unquote, failed, prepared us and trained us to be exactly where we're supposed to be. That's why. I even talked to I was having a conversation with my dad about like God the other day, you know? And he even questioned it. He was just like, you know, like if there's a God, you know, why did he take your mother of lung cancer? And why did children die of these tragic diseases and stuff like that? And I said, hey, like, I'm there too. Like, I question it sometimes too. And I don't know if I believe in a white man with a beard upstairs that says, oh, welcome to this land of paradise. I don't know if I believe in that. But I do believe in the universe, and I do believe in energy, and I believe there is something out there that guides you. And the fact that you and I have been so in sync and like and just like quantum physics of how this whole thing organically started from the first time I saw your story of Mike's podcast, like, that is the answer. Like, that's the proof in the pudding of like, this is exactly what we're supposed to be doing. I don't know why, I don't know how, but the shit happens for a reason. All the things you go through in your life, they happen for an exact reason. There's nothing coincidental about what happens to you. You have to be open to the idea that these things, these situations, these hardships, these traumas, they're put in your life for a fucking reason. And that's what both of their questions. Like, that's how you get through the lack of hope. That's how you get through, like, thinking about giving up. It's like, bro, like, you went through all of that shit for a reason. He just fucking shared his whole childhood of how hard that shit was. Nobody in his family even wanted him. It's like, bro, it's because you're destined for so much more than just being accepted by your immediate family. So, cool shit.
MacTube.
MacTube.
Let's run it. That was well said. That was well said.
Thank you.
Let's go speed round on these bitches.
Yeah.
Let's go speed round. All right, let's go well said. All right. Biggest advice on someone who seems lost with no purpose? That's a good question. Because we were more so speaking to people that seemed that probably had a purpose but loses hope. So what would you tell someone that doesn't even feel like they have a purpose? What would your advice be to them? Like, bro, our life is easy because we know we have a podcast, we work on that, it's easy now, you know. So what do you tell? I'm not saying the podcast is the purpose. I'm just saying it's a good start.
Yeah. I just think it all ties into that, like that intuitive calling, that intuitive feeling of like what makes me feel good. Like when I'm doing this thing, this certain thing, I feel my best. I feel at peace, right? I feel at ease. What is that thing? So I think you need to find that. Whatever makes you just feel comfortable. Not comfortable in a sense, because I know you need to be in uncomfortable situations to grow. But like, what just makes you feel at home? What makes you feel, even though times are hard, even though shit might not be going your way, you still feel at home. You need to find that thing that makes you feel that. Yeah. So I think that's what it is. Like, whatever it is in your life that is dropped into your life, or you feel called to, and you just feel at peace, you feel at ease, you feel happy when you do it. You look forward to it. It's something that you wake up, you never dread it. You enjoy it. That's your purpose. And the way to find that, you got to try different shit. You got to try a bunch of different things. You can't just fucking just settle and just do like this one thing. Like, you can always go back and get a degree. You can always go back and get the 9-to-5 corporate job. You can always do that. So you need to take the chances. You need to take risks. Like, that has been the fucking like epitome of our entire podcast. Yeah. You know, from the start of just like going against the grain, doing what other people tell you to, you know, not doing what other people tell you to do, not listening to society, not following the societal standards, the societal norms. It's all that is. Like, that's how you find your purpose. You'll never find your purpose if you just if you do what everyone else is doing, because everyone's purpose is different. Yeah.
Yeah, well said again. Well said again. Yeah, just being you have to, like, literally, like, that was like the best line you could have said, was like, do what everyone else isn't doing, right? Like go against societal norms. Like, that's the number one way you're going to find your purpose. And that starts again with what we said before about spending time with yourself. You know, it's like, bro, like, you have an antenna. Everybody has a spiritual antenna inside of them. And the reason why they don't know what they want to do is because they never tune into that channel. They tune into Netflix. They're tuned into gossiping with their girlfriends. They're tuned into going to the club. They're tuned into all these different things. Tune into you, you know? You want to find your purpose? Get to know yourself. Spend time with yourself. Sit with yourself. Meditate. Read. Go on a fucking walk. Like, there's so much things that I do every single day that are boring as shit. I said it before. I don't want to go for a walk alone, but I do it because I know that I have to, because I know that if I want to not only find my purpose, if I want to stay on the fucking purpose that I'm already on, I need to be in alignment with that frequency, with that spiritual antenna. So yeah, you got to be authentic, man. And just gotta be authentic.
Yeah.
Let's run another question.
Yep.
That was from Diego Ortiz 20. Thank you, Diego. Appreciate you fucking beast.
Fire. Yeah, all these kind of have the same narrative.
Isn't it funny? Like, a lot of this shit, like, it's all.
Well, I think that's why this shit works, just because, like, bro, like, this is what majority of people, especially in their 20s, are going through.
Right.
It's such a tough time because we were the guinea pigs of the generation of social media. So now we have the exposure to see all the things that are going on in the world. So it's so easy for us to feel doubt and feel like we're not doing the right thing. And there's people that are so far along and that have made it, that are younger than us, that are the same age as us. And then we feel like we're not doing enough.
Yeah.
Our parents, right, and the generations before us, like, they didn't have that. They had the standard, like, okay, like you get out of high school, or you drop out of high school, you get to work, or you go to college, you find your career, you retire at 65. That was the goal.
Right.
The goal has changed now, to a fault sometimes, because now this is why there's so much fucking depression, anxiety, suicide, stuff like that, because like people can't find happiness. People don't know what their purpose is. People get overwhelmed by all the things that they see on the internet and on social media that they don't know what to do with their fucking life. So that's why it's so hard. And then we wonder why like all these questions kind of have the same genre, kind of have the same twist to it, because we're all going through this thing together. And then we see, you know, all of the people that we follow are in a 1% bracket, are in a less than 1% bracket.
Yeah, like
but we think
1%
that
of like 1%.
but we think that's the only thing that people are doing, because we don't get to see the everyday person, because like they don't have the following, they don't have the exposure, the reach that those people have. So this question, this is by Kobe McGlynn. Too long for the question board, but how does one progress if you feel like your self-worth, skills have outgrown a position at a job, but you're stuck because of the job climate right now being so hard to get a new one or even a promotion?
I would just say be ready. That's what I would say. That's my quick answer to that, is just be, hey, because in The Science of Getting Rich, like one of the best books in my opinion about like tuning yourself into the wealth, into like starting to think about money, is it says, the only way to leave where you're at is to become larger where you're at. So if you're in a corporation and you have more skills than that corporation requires, be ready, because that opportunity is coming. So I would just say fucking like literally like be fucking ready, like to seize the opportunity, because if you're truly meant to level up, those opportunities are just going to start flying at you. And also have a hand in it too, you know, like don't even just wait for them to come. See, how can you seek out other things? Yeah, the job. Okay. The fucking job, like you don't want to go with society, with what society says is true. As far as you saying the job climate, like, yeah, you could look at all these things. Interest rates are up, or the job climate's not as good. But if you and I would have listened to society to tell us about what's really going on in the world, we would have never started a fucking podcast, because we would have known how hard it is to do a fucking podcast. We would have looked at the numbers and said, oh, the podcast climate is down. Not a good time to start. We wouldn't have gotten on TikTok, because we would have said, hey,
we missed the TikTok wave.
The TikTok wave was 2019, 2020, 2021. In 2023, we did 60 million views. So I would say the job climate is just fine. Get ready for the opportunities, and if they don't come, seize them.
Yeah. No, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great. I was going to have a different approach to that, of just like, do you fucking love the job? Do you love what you do? Is that what you want to do for the rest of your life? If that job is not what you want to do for the rest of your life, don't fucking do it. Or don't pay that much. Don't give it that much of you. Don't have it consume you that much. If it's paying the bills, then do what you got to do, but do something on the side that you're passionate about. I've always done that. I've always worked, bro. I've been working since I was 14. Still work to this day, you know what I mean? Like, still on the books at a fucking corporate job, doing the bare minimum, but it's never been me. Like, it's never been like I've never let that like identify who I am, or like I've never been worried about, because I've always been like, yo, like I'm never gonna fucking pursue a career in this job, so I'm gonna do the bare minimum, just like they're paying me. They're paying me the bare minimum. Think about your time. Is your time worth the amount of money that business is paying you? Really think about your time. Is your time worth $20 per hour? Is an hour of your life that you will never get back worth $20 fucking dollars? And if it's not, leave and pursue a passion and do something that you love and sacrifice and eat shit for a while.
Yeah.
Because the benefits that you'll reap after that are far more than the fucking $20 an hour that you'll get at that fucking soul-sucking job that you hate, that you feel like you can't level up in.
Bang.
So
There's your answers. Here, I got something for you.
You got something? Let's get it. What we got?
5 things to stay away from ZXYLOO. They've been showing mad love lately, so fucking much love. 5 things to stay away from when trying to focus on / grow a business.
5 things to stay away from. Okay. So if you're trying to grow a business, grow your personal brand, whatever it is, 5 things to stay away from. Stay away from relationships. Stay away from friends that are holding you back. Stay away from family members that are putting you down and giving you their opinion, telling you not to do what you're doing because they're telling you what to do and they do what you don't want to do. 4 would be stay away from anything that is hurting your health, drugs, smoking, vaping, anything that is taking away from your from your health, processed foods, shitty foods, all that stuff. Because
You got to operate at a high level.
yeah, you want to be like fully functionable at a physical. You want to be peak performance as a physical level. Yep. And then the 5th thing that you shouldn't do when pursuing a business, be really careful of who you go into business with. Be really careful. If they say don't do business with friends, be very selective of who you allow into your business and who you work with. Yeah. Because if you gave me everyone I know, like, I don't know if there's anyone else I would select to go into business other than you. Real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be very fucking selective of who you go into business with. Right. You and I have both dealt with it firsthand. Yeah. You can't fucking do business with people, especially people you know. Yeah. Because they're always going to let you down. They're always going to disappoint you.
Great points, cousin.
What you got?
Great points. I would just add to that. Keep the 5. I would say don't set unrealistic expectations for yourself. Hey, if you're starting a business, let's be fucking honest. It's not gonna be that good in the beginning. Yeah. Not gonna be that good in the beginning because I've been the guy. I've been the guy like, yo, we're gonna start a business. We're gonna make $100 million in our first year. You know, like that's just the kind of guy I am. You know, and bro, every time I started a business, it fucking just fucking bad, you know. So I would just say from my experience, it's good not to set false expectations, because then you don't have to spend all this time telling other people how great your business is, and you can just spend time actually making your business great. That was the problem that I had in business, was I was just so worried about my expectations and really other people's expectations, because we just grew up in that Long Island thing where when we had to run into someone, we had to be like, how you doing? Oh, I got this business. It's doing X, Y, and Z, blah, 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 in 5 years. Yeah, just stay away from all that shit. I would just say, I would say don't set false expectations. And 2, make sure that you're getting into the right fucking business, right? Like, are you passionate about the goddamn thing? If you're not passionate about it, don't fucking do it. Don't keep up with the Joneses and do a business because, someone else thinks you should do it or society tells you it's the thing to do. Make sure you really want to do it. And then 3, let me think about one thing that's like helped us in our business. Yeah, just relentless, right? Like, just I'm gonna be just regular, and just 'cause I want to move on, because we're getting to the end of the episode, and also fucking we got to be up at fucking 4:00 tomorrow morning. Yep. So I want to like get as many of these out as possible. Yeah, it's got to be relentless. Like, you know what you got to do. I appreciate you asking the question. I would just say to you, ZXYLOO, you know what the fuck you gotta do, Right? Go on a walk tomorrow morning. Ask yourself the question. You know what the fuck you got to do.
Yeah.
You know?
All right. What else we got?
I got one here that's pretty good.
All right. Do you want to do that now or?
Yeah, I'll rip this really quick just for you. Just get it. How to handle loneliness. From Ryling Anessen. How to handle loneliness. Love your content, by the way. Thank you, Ryan. Ryling. I'm fucking everything up. Ryling Anessen.
There you go.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. How to handle loneliness.
How to handle loneliness. How do you handle loneliness, cousin? When you're all alone. You're by yourself, all alone. Isolated.
Yeah, handling loneliness. That's I think there's two different things. There's loneliness, and then there's feeling alone. Mm-hmm. So I feel like loneliness is when you're like earning for attention, right? Like you feel like you have loneliness of like you want people around you, and maybe you feel like nobody likes you, right? But then there's feeling alone is when you're on a different path.
Yeah.
You're on a different path than everyone else. So I've felt both, right? Like I felt loneliness in the aspect of like, you know, when you're just by yourself.
Yeah.
And you just feel like, yo, I'm feeling lonely right now.
Yeah.
But I've dealt more with the feeling alone that I'm just on a different path than everyone else. I don't abide by the rules that everyone else abides by.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like everyone else. I want to be different. I want to be the outlier. So I feel alone, but I feel alone to my strength. It's not to a fault. Feeling alone, I feel like people look at loneliness as a fault, as something bad. When you feel alone, you stand out because that means you're an individual. That means you're by yourself. God put you, the universe put you by yourself for a reason, because that means you're not supposed to be like everyone else. You're supposed to take that time to find yourself, to know yourself, to understand what you actually love. Once you can understand what you actually love, then you can take that fucking feeling and then you can put it towards something. And then that loneliness will turn into thousands and millions of people loving you and loving what you do and supporting you. It's like they always said like in basketball, like the hours you put in the gym by yourself is what you're going to show in front of hundreds and millions of people. You know what I'm saying? Like the work you put in silence is the work that will show when the lights are on.
Right.
So you have to take loneliness as like a blessing in disguise. Because if you're around people all the time and you have all these distractions around you, it's hard to think. It's hard to know yourself. It's hard to know what you really want. It's hard to actually understand like what actually makes me happy. What is my purpose, right? Because you have all these outside opinions, all these distractions, all this outside noise just fucking in your ear all the time. I feel like when you're lonely, yeah, it might be a little depressing, a little sad at times, but like you have to take that time and find the positive in it, because there's a lot of positive things that can come out of loneliness.
Embrace it, man. That's your time with God. The only time. A lot of spiritual motherfuckers be like, the only time to experience God is in silence. It's the only time, and if you're with someone, silence is usually uncomfortable. So, yeah, you gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace it. We talked about it earlier on this episode about me and myself, and it's something we've spoken about a lot. And I would say this. Being alone has certainly been the number one thing that has made a positive impact in my life. Because when I'm alone and I take this and I throw it to the curb, it forces me to do the things that I know that I have to do. So, yeah.
All right. Here we go. Yeah, a lot of these are
around the same.
Yeah, I want to find a different one. Okay, I know we had a voice note. I'll play Do you have any more?
Mhm.
All right, so I'll play this voice note and then we'll wrap up with your last question.
Okay.
It's from Nilise again, but like I know she asked a good question and,
Okay.
and it was a little different. All right, so I'll play it on the speaker.
My question is, who do you think hurts more from a heartbreak, a girl or guy? And it's not subjective to who dumped who. Like, they were both equally in love with each other. Like, who do you think has a harder time healing from that?
I have no idea. But that's my like initial reaction to it, right? So like I'll say that just because like I'm not a girl. Nor do I have that close. Like I have some female friends that I'm close with, but I'm not like, well, let me think actually. Let me think. Who hurts worse, a girl or a guy? Yo, that's just one of those things like I could be the generic person and say it's a girl because girls are no more emotional than men. But I don't know. Like I don't think it's a girl or a guy thing. Like we said it before about another question about if it's a girl or a guy thing, and it just felt like it was more of a person thing. I just think it all comes down to circumstance and like how fucking in love you were with that person. I know girls commit suicide over heartbreak and guys commit suicide over heartbreak. I don't know if it's more of a girl or a guy thing because I'm a guy and theoretically I guess I shouldn't have been that heartbroken. But think about guys, right? Think about some of the most pain you ever see a guy go through in their entire life is heartbreak. So that's a stereotype with guys. Guys get their heart broken all the time, and it's fucking hard for a lot of fucking guys. Why do you think a lot of guys are alcoholics? What do you think the percentage is of guys that are alcoholics because they were heartbroken and never dealt with it? Maybe it is worse on guys. Maybe that's what the answer is. Maybe there are guys that are dying at 80 and 90 years old that are alcoholics because they never got over that one fucking girl. Maybe it is. But at the same time, the same could be said for females. So I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think heartbreak is worse for guys because I feel like when a girl goes through a breakup, they exit.
It's hot girl summer.
No.
They get outside again.
No. I feel like when a girl goes through a breakup, she exits and steps away from the relationship months before the actual date of the breakup.
She said same circumstances.
What do you mean?
Same circumstances. Like same exact, like both like they were both broken up with the same way.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like a girl mentally checks out. A female mentally and emotionally checks out of a relationship months before the actual breakup happens.
But I'm saying she didn't break up. She got hit out of left field is what I'm saying. Both men and women get hit out of left field. I understand what you're saying because I completely no space on the memory card. We got the audio, so we'll leave it on you. I'm saying I completely understand what you're saying, like because I agree with you. I think that when a woman breaks up with a man, it's way worse for the woman. Actually, I don't know. Bring us home. Just bring us home. What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, no, I just think, I mean, like, if I'm talking in that, like, if a girl breaks up with a guy, or even sometimes when the guy breaks up with the girl, like, they're obviously, like, I'm not saying, like, all of this is subjective, right? Like, it's all situationally based.
Right.
But from my experience, a woman checks out of a relationship months prior to the actual breakup.
Yeah.
So she has healed and she has taken the time to overcome what she is feeling. And then the guy gets hit out of left field. And that's why the guy suffers a lot more in the immediate right after the breakup, because he feels it exactly in that moment when the girl has mentally and emotionally checked out way before the actual breakup. That's what I think in that aspect of like, I feel like girls are more emotional creatures, and I feel like women are more emotional creatures to the aspect of like there's just more of an emotional attachment to them where like they know what they want. Like women know exactly what they want. Like if you want to know if a girl actually likes you, she's going to let you know. If a guy is questioning, does this woman actually like me? Does she want to be with me? And you have to question it, odds are she probably doesn't want to be with you. As a man, you should know if your woman wants to be with you. So that's why I feel like women check out emotionally before, because like they'll stay with you. Like, I don't know why, because I'm not a woman, but it just seems like odds are like most guys that get their heart broken, like you'll see like immediately the girl is like, she's with her friend, she's going outside, she's living her best life, she's going on vacation, and the guy is like, fuck. Mm-hmm. But as soon as a man, as you get your heart broken, bro, that's like a rocket ship to fucking success. Because you have nothing to do but go up. You have nothing to do but level up your life. Facts. The moment you get your heart broken, you're like, all right, I got to hit the gym. I need to fucking better myself. I need to make more money. I need to fucking do everything. I need to dress better. I need to do all these things. Yeah. Because this woman walked out of my life. And in a sense, you're like, all right, now I need to show that like she fucked up. That's how like the guy thinks immediately after a breakup.
Facts.
So that was that's kind of my 2 cents on that. I mean, obviously, I dealt with that a couple months ago.
There you go. Cousin's fresh off the breakup.
Yeah.
He's fresh. All right, y'all. Well, yeah. I'm just gonna give a quick thank you guys. My camera's off. Fucking thank you guys. Episode was dope as fuck. We'll definitely do more of these. Thank you.
Yeah, this was really cool. This was really cool. I really like the call-ins and just an opportunity to interact with the people that are supporting us and hear their opinions and hear their questions. This is a really good episode where I don't even know how long. I haven't hour 30. Wow. So yeah, one of our longer ones, and we should have some really cool guests coming in soon. Really cool guests, like really big guests, probably like some household names that you guys know. If you're still here, appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button.
Drop a comment. Let us know what was your favorite part of the episode.
Yeah, leave a comment. And we'll be doing these more often because, we haven't done it for 20 episodes. But I think we should do this we should filter these in every couple episodes just because it's cool to engage with the fans.
With the community, yep.
Yeah, with the community, because that's what we're really trying to build here. We're really trying to build like a strong community, loyal people that, we want to provide value to. And this is just the beginning. So like if you've been here from the start, much love, but just get ready because this is going to be, all the top podcasts, all the top influencers that you guys see, like we're well on our way and we're going to be doing the same things and more that they're doing.
Yeah, and I said today, like, because I was thinking about what separates us from everyone else. Like, bro, we are a fucking self-help podcast. Like, I want to double down on that. And I feel like today we did that, and we always do. People always get a lot out of it, but I want to bring on people that can provide you guys the tools to better your life. That's what this podcast really is about. It's like, hey, you want to, it's not even, of course, it can be whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be your little, hour and a half escape from life, that's great. But we also want to make this as much of a tool and as much of an outlet that we've both used to better our lives for you guys. Much love. Thank you.
Absolutely. Episode 77?
77.
77.
Good
Good stuff, cuz.